do you sometimes meet other beaders?
I do.
And do you
Excellent
feel
question.
a connection?
I do.
Or do you feel like, oh, these are not my people?
Well, it depends.
Yeah.
Depends on that. It can be both. There's many times where I have, because I spend so long in a lot of these bead stores, and especially if it's in another city, and because there's very few other people usually in these stores.
Right.
What?
They're not the most traffic. There's not a lot of pedestrian traffic in these bead stores, right? And then they also usually have a table in the back where you can sit and make things, should you so desire. You know what I mean? Like they have areas to sit,
Like a workspace.
like workspaces, and so sometimes I will sit down and
fiddle and diddle.
and
with
fiddle
all
and
the-
diddle, and usually, you know, like I said, there's Wilco playing, or the Shins, or, you know, some other band I enjoy a great deal. We tend to have the same Arcade Fire. We tend to have the same taste in music in any bead store, especially the ones in the Pacific Northwest. And then you just get to talking with the other bead people, and it is like a thing. And then there's a cornier, not corny, I shouldn't say it, a more crunchier granola beadist that their taste is different than mine, jewelry-wise, and their taste.
Like they buy like a large bead?
They probably would like a large wooden bead or a large shiny bead.
A repurposed squash.
Yeah, you know, and their earrings are enormous and brightly colored. It's not a criticism of them I'm not impugning their character.
No.
That is not usual. Or like their jewelry looks like maybe a university professor who's teaching a women's studies course at Evergreen.
Yeah.
Or at Vassar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a heavy, chunky necklace or something. That and a long flowing dress skirt type of thing.
Felted vulva.
Yeah.
What do you think about a peasant skirt? Do you think this could rock a peasant skirt? Because I know that there's some people who like a lady in a peasant skirt.
I like it on some people. I think it looks good.
Some people can rock it. They
I
can
agree.
really make it look good. This always looks like it's about to play hacky sack. And I quite honestly am willing to play hacky sack.
I like a peasant skirt, a t-shirt, and and I hate to say Doc Martens or Converse low tops.
Okay.
But it's got to be that. Other
And you
type of
gotta
shoes
own
and
it.
stuff doesn't work for me. Like
How about
I
boots?
love when people wear dresses. When you see a dress with opaque tights and low top Converse, why the heels? Because I think it's impractical, the heels, and it's pandering to the patriarchy.
Oh, yeah.
And also, you know, when the infected and the walkers come, and they will, you got to move it because the zombies are moving quickly.
Yeah.
So the heels are going to be ridiculous, ladies. And also, the type of fella's attracted to a fine young
heeled
lady with tights and a dress and low top Converse is the guy you want or the girl you want. This transcends gender.
Okay.
Because a guy who wants somebody who has a disability, who is, hobbled,
Not only by the heels, but the foot binding in China.
This really, when I'm doing a show out and where the phone rarely rings, it's kind of exciting that the phone would ring.
That's an old-timey ring.
That's an old-timey ring.
That takes me back, Maria. That kind of ring.
That's also from a lady comedian who's very nice. So not that she's also a comedian. She's
Who is
just a
it?
comedian.
Who is
Her
it?
name's Melinda Hill. She's very nice. She was just jingle jangling me.
Oh,
Giving you a jingle jangle?
Yeah,
like that?
yeah.
That
did
was
you tell her to come
all-
over and talk with us about beads?
Beads.
You're an awesome.